Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're playing a demo for a game called Don't Play This. It's developed by A1Eska or Aleska, Admia, and Notex, and you can find the game on Steam. And if you're not familiar with my channel, at the end of the video I will review the game, share my general thoughts, give it my final judgment, and I will have timestamps in the description. Now let me tell you about the game and we'll get started. People often record videos on camera that become the last for them. You will have to relive these moments and experience what cut the record off forever. Alright, now that you know what the game is about, we'll go ahead and hit play and see what's up. Play game. I'm excited for this. It just piqued my interest. I haven't really been on Itchy all that much lately, so... Am I doing this? Okay. Oh, we got multiple video files here. That's pretty cool. I guess the full version's on Steam. Interesting. I'll have links in the pinned comment for you. Hit play. Oh my god. We got a storm. Whoa, here we are. Whoa, whoa. Game's loud. It's getting cold. I need to find a hat. Okay. Nice. Alright, I figured maybe a jacket or something, but a hat will do. First I need to find a hat. Okay, well. Is this a hat? Oh, here we go. Why is it so cold? I need to figure out where the draft is coming from. Yeah. Maybe, oh, the door's open. That'll explain it. The door's open. I closed it, didn't I? Maybe someone came in to warm up? I hope not. Whoa. I swear when I turned around it was much darker. That was weird. Okay. I don't have a flashlight. It's super duper dark. Let's look around, I guess. Good God. It's like crazy dark. Oh, there we go. Yikes. Place has seen better days. It's freezing. I need to light the fireplace. Alright, let's do it. As a team, firewood. There was firewood somewhere. In the dark? Oh, here we go. Alright, some stuff is being kind of lit up for us. Nice, nice. I feel like my camera is a little brighter than usual. Matches. I hope the box isn't empty. We saw matches in the bathroom. We had some storms last night, and I guess it blipped our power, and when that happens, it like resets all my lights and stuff. It's kind of weird. We're just gonna roll with it. Here's someone outside. Oh god. Who's out there? What am I hearing? Like something crawling around. So basically, we're just watching a tape of someone right before they die. Which actually is a pretty cool idea. Hey, there's a hoot owl. Hoot hoot. Oh, that's what's up. Nice. Okay, the radio's being weird. Look at our shadow. Like we're walking in slow motion in our shadow. That's kind of cool. Getting warmer. I can go to bed. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Okay. Dear God, what is that? Like a giant face up here. Jesus, I can't see anything up here. What am I hearing? Well, oh. Phone's off the hook. What the heck? The hook. Alright, well, I guess I need to turn around now and get scared. Ah! What's wrong with the light? What light? Oh, no. Let's investigate. Who's doing that? I mean, honestly, the electrical work here is just bad. So that's what it is. It's not a big scary monster thing. No. It's the shoddy electrical work. Oh. Okay. Scary red light. What's going on here? I need to call the police. Okay. You mean the phone up here that definitely won't scare us? What should I do? I don't know. Oh, whoa. I saw someone down there. Oh no. Like a haunted house. There's so many things happening. That's so loud. Bro, we got rats? Oh, look at the moths. Cool. Hello? What? What? There's so many noises. I don't understand. I would just be hiding in a corner somewhere. Oh, God. Oh. Someone just fart? It was like... It's the flatulence monster. Good God. That was actually pretty creepy. He walked through the door, but that was weird. And look. That. The walking backwards, that was weird. I like the glow off the fireplace. That looks really cool, actually. What is our objective? To look around? I wish I had a flashlight. Maybe there was something in the kitchen. Flashing lights, warning, flashing lights. Okay, let's go back downstairs. Things have really calmed down now. Oh. Door is open. Alright, well that wasn't very nice. Let me out! Help! We pick up a weapon? Because I feel like that's a good idea right now. Whoa. God almighty, dude. That was so loud. Jeez. There was a crowbar somewhere. I need to open the door. My ears. Oh, God. This thing is creepy, whatever it is. It's stalking us. What about a knife? Nope. Okay, there's a crowbar somewhere, apparently. Hello? 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 Okay. Oh, I see it. Crowbar acquired. We did it! Yay! I need a weapon. It's under my bed. A famous Master Chief quote. It's under my bed. It's under my bed. My shotgun is under my bed. Where's my gun? That was a good guess, because those are shotgun shells. Pretty common gun, actually. For hunting and whatnot. A knife? There's a knife in the kitchen. Well, who has our shotgun? Does the monster have the shotgun? Because I think we would be at a pretty severe disadvantage. He already has giant teeth. This is giving off vibes of like, what's that game, like Wrong Floor? With the maniac killer in it? I need to find him and kill him. Where are you? I'm not scared of you. Maybe a little bit. This is kind of freaky. Oh. I'll lure him with the light switch this time. How about that? Use his own tricks against him. All right. Oh god. Oh god. What's happening? What? I'm sitting in the corner. Oh! The door was moving. Those my footsteps. I'm scared. What do I do? I think he's in the kitchen. I'm holding my ground. Nice try. That was so freaking loud. Jesus Christ. Alright, thank you for playing the demo. You're welcome. Click the icon below and add the game to Steam. Will do. I think we're missing our head. Is that what I'm looking at here? That doesn't look good. I think we're dead. Alright, well now I'm back on the main menu where I will review this demo. If you're just here for the gameplay, I appreciate you hanging out. I hope to see you again. So, I always start with visuals, so I'll just start there. Visually, the game is fine. I don't really have any problems with it personally. I think it's a little too dark, but obviously, it's probably what you're going for. Just the sense of unease and mystery of what's lurking in the shadows kind of ordeal, and I think it works out just fine. Main menu's pretty solid. It sets the tone pretty well. Bugs flying around and decrepit little house thing that we live in, little shack, and I like that. So pretty solid impression with the menu. Monster design was pretty weird. I would say it was pretty effective, actually. I mean, he has his big goofy eyes, but his like weird teeth and stuff. I think was pretty effective, and I don't think I've ever seen that monster before, so I think that's pretty cool. I think the text is pretty easy to read as well. I think the font is a little odd, to be honest, but I think it's totally fine. So that all works out well. I do like the use of lighting in general, even with the like extreme patches of darkness throughout the house. The fact that some of the light will turn red or flicker or whatever, that you can actually like interact with the light switches as well. That being used is like a sort of a way for the monster to mess with us and to build tension. The lights, behaving strangely. So I thought that was pretty effective as well. And I like it when eventually just outside is just completely red. It's like there's an eclipse or something. It just kind of makes you wonder, like, what's going on outside? Why is everything red? And I don't know, I just thought that worked really well, and I liked that. So overall, I would say the visual presentation is really solid. I forgot to mention as well, I do like the computer screen at the beginning, being how we access these different files or videotapes that we're playing or witnessing, and I thought that was a nice touch, so great job there. Now in terms of audio, I would say the audio is pretty solid as well. In general, I like the environmental sounds, the attention to detail there, walking around the house, the creaking, the settling of the house, the doors moving, the light switches, the rats making noises, all that kind of stuff I think works together really well. I like the, the storm ambience as well with the lightning and thunder and stuff that we hear, and I think that's cool. Now, while I actually think your jump scares were timed pretty well, especially with how you were able to build tension in an effective way, usually using visual cues before a jump scare to kind of make you wonder, oh, what was that? That was kind of weird. And then boom, they get you, So I think he timed those really well. I think they're absurdly loud. They don't need to be ear-piercingly loud. I would tone that down just a little bit, in my opinion, jump scares can be effective without breaking your eardrums. That's just the way I see it. But across the board, I would say the audio design, I think, is effective. I think it's paced well. And I think the fact that you were able to make the environment we're in feel very immersive makes it that much more effective. So great job there. Now, in terms of mechanics, this game is presented as being a walking simulator, which I would say is fairly accurate. It is just sort of moving around the house, moving through sequences of events where one thing needs to happen for the game to progress, such as the lights flicking on and off on their own, or like picking up the hat. Even you pick up the hat, the game kind of starts on its sequences, and you move through each of them to experience all the scares and whatnot that you have in store for us. I'm glad that you're able to make that feel natural and not so objective based, if that makes sense, where it's like, oh, I need to find the hat and then I need to do 20 different things for the game to complete. You're able to do that just a few times with finding the hat, finding the firewood, finding the matches, and then eventually finding a crowbar and then the knife. Just a handful of things, while everything else in between, I think, broke that up, I think, in a concise way. I wasn't just marking off like a checklist. I was able to actually experience the game and what it had in store for me, like I said, without feeling like a chore. So I appreciate that, and I think it came together really well. I like the emphasis on it being just this dreadful, tension and atmosphere, this thing lurking outside the house and, making its way inside and, wondering what it is and why it wants to kill us and all this other stuff. And I think that was a really cool experience. I haven't played a lot of really scary games lately, and I would say this game is decently scary. A jump scare with them coming through the door when we were in the kitchen, I thought worked really well. It made me jump just a little bit, but it was so freaking loud that, it's only natural to be like, loud noises. So like I said, I would adjust the noise of the jump scares. They can be semi-loud and still be extremely effective. Like just the guy backpedaling through the bathroom door across the way was really effective, and it was no noise. It was just like, ooh, what's that? That's weird. So I would maybe try to balance that a little bit. They don't need to break my eardrums to be effective, because then I'm just thinking about how loud it was and how bad it hurt my ears, rather than, hey, that was really a cool jump scare. So balance that a little bit, and I think your jump scares and the pacing of them is going to work out really well if you can continue this sort of formula going forward. And I'm really curious to see what you have in store for the other tapes, and just what variety that you have in waiting. So that'll be cool to check out. But like I said, mechanically across the board, I would say this is pretty solid, so great job. I especially like the idea of picking up the knife towards the end and how he held it out in front of him. I thought that made a lot of sense. It was like this realistic way of defending yourself. He's, in a corner, he doesn't know what's happening. He's scared for his life, so he's going to hold his knife out in front of him in this defensive stance. Obviously, the game is telling us that we're going to die in this tape, but I still like the concept of having natural reactions. If I need a weapon to defend myself, so I'm going to hold this knife out. I just think that made the game that much more dynamic, and I liked that. So great job all the way around with the mechanics. Like I said, though, I would fine-tune your jump scares just a little bit, and you're going to do just fine with that. Now, in terms of story and concept, I wouldn't really say there's a story per se. Maybe throughout all the tapes there will be some sort of connecting plot, I'm not sure, but essentially the game is just us watching videotapes of people's final moments, and I quite like that a lot. Like I said, though, not much of a story to really talk about here, but conceptually I think the game is really cool. I like the idea of having this almost anthology of videotapes that we have to experience and play ourselves, all the way up until the point of whoever's making the tape is killed in some manner of speaking. Great concept, and I think this has a lot of potential, so pretty good first impression with this. Great job. Now, in terms of performance and settings, I'm pretty mixed on performance. I would say the game performed pretty well. There are a few moments where the game would hitch up a little bit, a couple frame drops here and there, a little, few skips, whatever you want to call it. And while playing the game, my computer is straining. It is blowing its fans as hard as it can to keep up with this game for some reason. It doesn't look like it would be all that straining, but a lot of games that I play on itch.io in general, depending on, I'm not sure exactly what engine this is, there's just something about it. It's probably my CPU, but anyways, I think it could be optimized a little bit to not be so straining, and I think that would go a long way. Otherwise, the game performed fine, aside from a few hiccups here and there. Now, in terms of settings, we'll go over that as well in this segment. So we have our volume slider, our sensitivity slider, our graphics presets, which is on high by default for me, your camera shake, which you can turn off if you're prone to motion sickness, and then your languages, which you have English, Spanish, French, German, Chinese again, Japanese, Korean, Russian, maybe? Polish? I'm not actually sure what that is. And then English. A lot of selections there for languages, and I think that's great. So I would say the settings here are presented in an okay way. It stays in the vein of, being in this black border over here. So I would say that's presented pretty well. I would like to see maybe like FPS caps and VSync and things like that. I think that would go a long way as well. I think the volume mixing is good in general, except for the absurdly loud jump scares. So maybe add some individual audio settings in the future if you'd like, but I think for what this demo presented and the way it was crafted, I think these settings are acceptable, but don't be afraid to experiment a little bit and add some more variety to these options. And I think that would go a long way. So like I said, performance is pretty solid with some hiccups here and there that could be fine-tuned a little bit, and also the strain it puts on my computer, maybe optimize it as much as you can, and I think that would be great. The settings, while acceptable for what we experienced today, I still think could maybe add a few different things here and there, because I always think the more options the better, but don't bend over backwards for anything like that if you don't want to. I just think maybe if you have the time, some more options would be welcome. So my final judgment for the Don't Play This demo is, I would say it's good. I would say it's a good game all the way around. I enjoy its visual presentation, its audio design. I think those are very solid and work in tandem with each other very well. Mechanically, the game is pretty straightforward, and I appreciate you not making it feel like a checklist and making the progression of the tape feel that much more natural. I think that really helps the immersion and the pacing of the game overall. Now, while there's not much story going on, at least of yet, I still enjoy the concept of this game a lot. I like the anthology angle you got going on here, and just the overall concept of witnessing someone's final moments in these tapes before they're killed by either some entity or something. I'm really curious to see what you have in store in the following tapes. And like I said, with the performance, it could use a little fine-tuning and optimization, but I think for what we had, we were able to at least experience a demo, and I would say a satisfactory manner, so great job there. And I would say the settings are acceptable, but I have a few nitpicks regarding some things that I think that could be added, but obviously this is a demo, so there is room for improvement. So while I have a few personal nitpicks regarding the jump scare noises and things like that, I still had a really good time with this, and I think this has a lot of potential, and I think it's a really solid first impression for a demo. So great job all the way around, and I hope you continue on making games like this, and I wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors and your work. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? You just want to say hi? Let me know what's up. Don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the links to everything, and go play this game for yourself and form your own opinion. I'm sure the developer would really appreciate your feedback as well as mine. And if you'd like to support my channel, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, and share the video. I'd really appreciate that. And if you're curious about my socials, I have links in the description. Feel free to check those out if you'd like. And I thank you for watching my video. Hope you have a wonderful day. And I think that's all I have to say about it. So thanks for hanging out with me. But don't forget,